All right. I just want to get on here. We're pretty much going to talk about the easiest way to create content with a message that you already have and why it's so literally like to the T. You have to start creating and thinking this way because you want to make every piece of content that you come out with very intentional. So I'm going to go on probably like a little rant, but if you want to stay tuned, I guarantee you will get literally some value out of this. First things first is that right now, I hope you've gotten to the point where you're at least creating day to day in your posting. Now that will get you some type of traction, but you have to remember this one thing is that when it comes to creating content, we want to get intentional because the whole point of followers is we want to turn those followers into dollars. Now, there's ways to strategically do this. You can literally run an ad and you can get people to come back to your platform, your Instagram, and then they can follow you and see more of your content. Or you can also do a different way, which is like longevity. You can just pretty much create like a Facebook group and start running those people to like a Facebook group. That's another way. Or you can literally do something what I like to call the omnipresent method. And what I mean by this is simply that when you create content, first of all, it has to be intentional. And what I mean by this is we're going to talk about 3 things in your specific content that you must have. And what that is 1, a hook. 2nd, a story. 3rd, bring it around to an offer. Now, anybody can use this, but the whole point of this is when you're creating your content is that you have a hook to bring them in, and hooks can be very intentional themselves. So you literally have to dive deep into content. It's just not about posting no more. So you have a hook, story, offer, and your hook has to be so engaging to the point that you have 3 seconds to catch people's viewing when it comes to Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. You got 3 seconds. You know, we are like robots on these apps, and a lot of people get so much in their feed that if you don't be different, I'm telling you, they're not gonna stop scrolling. So hook gotta be strong, has to be very strong. The next thing is a story. After the hook, you know, you bring them in, but then you tell them the story, which is pretty much what you're trying to, you know, bring them in, what it's about and everything like that. The next thing is an offer. That offer can be simple as what? Bringing them around to literally following you for more content on your page, or DMing you for something like an offer, like DM me if you want this, DM me the word this if you want that. Or you can do what? Comment below if you want to be a part of this, comment below if you want to be a part of that. So content itself is very, very strategic. What you have in that hook, story, offer, you start gearing most of your content like that. There's like an 80-20 rule when it comes to content also. And as you start gearing your intentional content, you never want to lose track of who you are with just posting so much content, but make sure you post the characteristics of you when it comes down to this. I'm breaking this down to a T because this will help you out in the long run. So you have your hook, story, offers, and all your little pieces of content that you start posting. You post probably 30 times a month, I'm hoping, or 25 to 30 times a month. But don't post too much like salesy stuff. Like me, I'm a dancer. Sometimes I'll put creative stuff in there besides what I do for my business. That is pretty much why I'm so, I would say, driven on a personal brand. Like when you see my page is built out as a personal brand. And that's what the said do all thing is, because there's a lot of B2B people, like B2B businesses getting burnt. Like people are just getting burnt by B2B. And I vouch for that because I've got burnt by them. I know other clients of mine that got burnt by them, and that's why they go to me now. But I just want to say, like, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you got to make sure that your content is heavily driven for people to take action after they view it. Because if it's not heavily driven, you're just leaving money on the table. And you're leaving literally engagement, comments, DMs, and relationships on the table also. So make your content way more intentional by putting a hook story offer in there, putting, like me, I like to dance. You'll see dance videos like that. Remember that 80-20 rule. That's 20% of that is characteristics outside of what I do. So you might see dancing, you might see drumline, you might see other stuff that I like to do besides selling about my services and everything, or educating people. But the other 80% is literally education on what I provide to my business owners and my people that like to do work with me. I'm gonna be honest, my Instagram is my portfolio. I'm building out my YouTube now. That's gonna be another portfolio. Another big thing that I just want to give you when it comes to content of 2024, be on the lookout of literally, I'm gonna be honest with you, structurizing a funnel. And what I mean by that is a funnel that, not the whole landing page. Yeah, you're going to have all of that and everything, but a funnel before that. People need to be able to funnel into your content and see and get a rabbit hole point of view of what you do. So they'll see a short form piece of content on your Instagram. Then after that, they might see you on YouTube, because the algorithm is going to work like that. They're going to see you on YouTube next. Make sure you have long form content that's ready for them to get in the rabbit hole, because your YouTube is literally like the housing of like your biggest media channel of everything. YouTube is a said do it all, where they can get all the information, all the gist and everything about you. So I know that's a lot to bring in, but please write these tips down. It is a lot, but overall, be strategic with your content. Do not leave money on the table by doing what? Not telling people where to go, what to do, and how to do it. So at the end, make sure you give them an offer. Before the offer, you give them a story. And before the story, you give them a what? A hook. And that's a hook story offer. And where did I get this from, you ask? One of Russell Brunson's books. All in all, I know that's a lot, but I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave you with this. 2024 is a new year, and if you're watching this, more than likely 2024 is already here, or I'm already dropping this and 2024 is around the corner. This is fourth quarter right now as this video is taking place, but when I drop this, remember these things. If you're a new business owner, I'm telling you right now, if you're not dropping content, I'm telling you, somebody is taking the space of when they research you on Google. That is really what all this is about. If you research Jeremiah Leonard, you're going to see a flux load of content when it comes to Jeremiah Leonard. That is me. And I don't want nobody taking my whole page on Google, because that is how people find you with keywords, hashtags. All of that stuff comes back to data and comes back to who you are and how they research you when they want to do business with you. So don't forget this stuff. And remember, intentional content is way better than just trendy stuff that's just trending for here and there. I hope you take heed, and there are more videos coming. Next video, I hope to talk about the one-man band. That's a whole nother topic, but yeah.